8,000 acres around you that they're foraging. 8,000 acres.
Yeah, that's a circle of 8,000 acres.
Okay.
Now, over in Hawaii,
Yeah.
we'll have different, they look 6 or 8 lots.
Yeah. Alan.
This is a question, but I think it would be a good analogy for people that are from this area
Yes.
as far as supplemental food, like sugar water and so forth. It would be similar to us being here during hurricane season.
Yes.
You may not normally have Spam and bottled water in your house because you don't use it as a general rule. However, when a hurricane comes, you go to Walmart or Publix or wherever, there is no bottled water, there is no Spam because you're preparing for that 3 to 7 days when you're not going to be able to go out and get anything to eat.
When all of your neighbors have generators, you know you live in South Florida. All right, any other questions from Mike? Hi.
Yeah, Michael, natural foods, is there anything you recommend, like when you're starting with nucleus rather than just sugar water? Is there some other sweetener that we can use?
There's probably enough pollen out there, probably enough nectar out there that you're only feeding them enough to just get a little bit of foam built, a little bit stored up. I
Just a
just
couple
feed
days
sugar water.
probably?
2 weeks. I'd say about two weeks maybe.
I know it seems contrary, but almost anything you try to feed them other than honey or nectar is not good because it's got impurities in it. So sugar's nice and pure. It may not be as nutritious, it may not be, it may be the wrong pH, but at least it's pure and it doesn't give them dysentery because they don't need a lot of wrong things in their gut because they can't digest. It just messes them up.
Went crazy. If you went to an organic, like go to Whole Foods, get a pound of honey, it's organic, would that be like the ultimate thing you can do?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to go over this a little bit later. You have to look specifically at the bottle to see if there's a USDA organic label on it. And I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't necessarily mean it is.
In fact,
You're saying that sugar water is better than honey?
Most
No,
of
honey is good for feeding the bees. You can pick that up. If you're looking for a consumption issue, it's slightly different. If you want to pick up some honey and water it down to feed your bees, I don't necessarily see a problem with that.
How much is your water down?
Well, the problem is though,
What the one that you said?
odds are if it says organic honey, it probably came from Brazil. And I don't know what diseases they have in Brazil. I wouldn't be feeding it to my bees because
Sugar water.
I just feed them sugar water because I know that's not a good thing.
get them going.
Or go to one of your other beekeepers and get some honey from them. Go to Leonard, get some
Well, there you
honey.
go. Sorry.
Once they're going, feeding the sugar water, and the bees are going, we'll bring the pollen away.
Go ahead.
God, it's just, we're talking about the cutout.
Yeah.
My neighbor across the street has a wooden fishing well, whatever.
Yeah.
He has bees. He's allergic to them, so he had somebody kill them last year.
Yeah.
They're back.
Yeah.
And I told him, don't, I'm taking a class, I want to learn how to do it.
We have a cutout section for all of you guys tomorrow, so we will discuss it, all the adventures that go into it, and the fun that comes with it. I saw your hand go up there.
So, I travel to France once a year, and I generally buy honey and bring it back as gifts, and I have all different kinds of honey from different,
Yes.
basically from one general area of the country, but there's honey that's being sold from all these different rural areas. I would suspect, but I'm not sure, that it's relatively free of chemicals, but there are some times I've actually been out in the areas talking to the beekeepers themselves, and other times I'm buying it commercially, but it still seems like it's from those places. If I were able to find something that's actually chemical free, is there a downside to bringing it here, or is there an advantage to bringing it here?
I stick with local simply because it's more likely to be from the plants that are within the area. Go to one of the local beekeepers in the area. If they've got a jar of honey to sell and you want to do it that way, do it that
I'm
way.
just wondering if there's any advantage to contributing to that by, is it possible that there's certain value, like antibiotic activity that's happening that can be a contribution, diversify?
Well,
Oh, I didn't mean to sell it, I mean to offer.
to feed the bees.
To be able
Well,
to,
I
I
think
just
you're
wondered if it's possible
underestimating
to
that
strengthen.
they're
but
quite
I'm-
capable of feeding themselves. It's just a question of getting them kick-started.
I believe in all
That's
that.
what
Well, I think when she's driving at it, she's driving at it using honey from one of these chemical-free hives going to contribute to the ability of your local hive to resist disease.
Could it be an advantage or more of a disadvantage?
I wouldn't do it just because I don't know what diseases they have in France, and if it's gonna be
Yeah,
honey.
okay, so that's
I
the
just
point,
feed them
yeah.
sugar syrup till they're going, and then let them do their work. They will gather nectar, that's what they do. So.
You got a question?
You're only talking a little window of time to get this package established, and then you probably won't be feeding them most of the time.
Yeah, so let's just get.
Guys, no, I want to hear your question.
When you're feeding bees sugar syrup, what solid should you dilute it or melt it down?
What we do is put it in a warm water mix, not quite boiling, and you mix it in till it's dissolved completely.
Right.
That's what you do. And
What
then
solid is it?
50, 1 to 1. It's 1 to 1.
Oh, 1 to 1?
1 to 1. 50%.
Cup of water, cup of sugar?
Yeah, you can do it like that. Some people will do it 2 to 1 because they believe it encourages comb. That's fine. I haven't seen anything bad from it. Mike,
And it keeps better. I always do 2 to 1.
Mike does 2 to 1. I do
Actually,
1.
what I really do is probably about 3 to 2, but because 2 to 1's hard to get
3 to 2,
dissolved.
3 sugar, 2 water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's hard to get 2 to 1 to dissolve sometimes.
Yeah. All right. We are running a little bit late. I want to do one little bit with you guys, and we're going to try to rush into break. But we're going to be running late a little bit. Give Mike a hand. Well, this went in a completely different direction than I thought. So, but that's completely cool. It was a completely cool thing.